Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to look at what a minimalist iPhone kind of looks like. I think minimalist more in a aesthetic point of view rather than in how many apps I have. I think that would be fair to say. Today I'm going to look at, I'll show you basically how I set up my phone, and I think it should be helpful for people who maybe have come from Android, because a lot of us don't like the way the app layout is in iOS. So I think this could be useful if you are transitioning from Android to iOS. Anyway, let's get into the video. The first app that I'm going to look at is Spark for email. I prefer Spark a little bit over Gmail. I think Gmail app is actually pretty good, but I think Spark is a little bit better. It helps you if you have a lot of different email addresses. I think it helps you better organize all of those different addresses, and all the emails coming in. You know, it has a smart inbox, so you don't have to be looking at every single email in that particular view. Another app I have is Google Chrome, which, you know, self-explanatory. An interesting app I actually use is called Drafts. Now, Drafts is quite interesting because what I essentially use Drafts for is to just jot down quick ideas that just come to my head. You know, a lot of times you can lose ideas if you don't write them down. So what I like about Drafts is every single time you open Drafts, it opens a blank page. So you can just put a quick idea in there and you don't have to think about it. You come back, it saves it automatically. And when you come back to Drafts to put in another idea, it opens a blank page. There's a good way to kind of collate all your different ideas, all your different random ideas, and then you can come back and explore which ones are actually good and which ones are definitely not so good. So when we go into the apps, the main apps I use, you can see Cloud Edge, Freetrade, Spotify. A lot of these I think are self-explanatory. I mean, there's YouTube in there. Reminders app is actually something I want to look at more closely in another video, because I think it actually could be a good to-do list type app for a lot of people. And for me, I'm actually doing a bit of an experiment and seeing if it can replace most of my well, if it can replace Notion. And I know people, I already use Notion for like really lightweight, in a really lightweight way anyway, so I'm just experimenting, seeing basically how I feel with all of that. And obviously Notes is where I write a lot of things in terms of scripts and that kind of thing. So here you can see the Nest app, you know, that's just, you know, for thermostat. JFit is a exercise type of workout app which just lets you track your workouts. So for example, you can see here, you can just, you know, put whatever workouts in there, how many reps you're going to do, and then just track it. It's quite a nice app. I've been using it for a long time. Who scored? I'm a football fan, I'm an Arsenal fan. It's tough times. The rest are pretty self-explanatory. Also use Pro Camera. That's actually what I use to shoot a lot of my videos in. So, you know, I use the iPhone to shoot my videos, and I use the Pro Camera. Starling is my bank of choice. Well, one of my banks of choice, so let's say. PayPal. I think all the things here are pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing really special here. I think most people will have all of these apps. Maybe not Amex, I don't know. So that's for the main apps. So usually the miscellaneous apps, as I've called them, I just keep away because I don't always use these apps. And usually what I'll do is I'll swipe down and use the search to actually find them. So Pro Movie is another camera app which I had before Pro Camera, but I think I prefer Pro Camera, to be honest. They're both pretty good, but I think I prefer Pro Camera. This keyword app is it's pretty useless. I think I might delete it, but I did actually pay maybe a couple quid for it, so I'm just trying to explore if it actually works, but I haven't really got it to work properly. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. Hit timers, you know, and it's just a timer app for workouts. And what else we have? My EE. Yeah, I think these are pretty boring apps. Let's say. You know, Google Photos, I use just to back up older photos. Firefox Focus is an interesting one. I actually like what they're doing here. It's a very lightweight, mainly focused just on browsing privately. You know, this is a big thing that's coming, privacy. So And Opera Touch is really good as well. It's actually really surprised me. I didn't think it would be that good. Ola is another driving app. Shazam, it's connected to my watch, so I can find out music on the go. Tender Wi-Fi is just my Wi-Fi mesh system. Zoopla is a property app in the UK, and YouTube Studio, Reddit. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Safari, which I want to like, but I don't like the mobile version. I don't really like the desktop version either. I think they do need to improve it. Yeah, I liked what I saw in WWDC, so it'll be interesting to see if some of those changes are brought to the iPhone as well. What you might have noticed in this what's on my iPhone minimalist edition type thing is there aren't any social media apps on here. So I'm doing a little experiment. I'm not sure how long I'll go for, where essentially I just use social media on either a computer or like a tablet. And the whole point of that is just to increase the friction a little bit, because what I've noticed in this kind of lockdown times is I check my phone way too much. I don't know if I'm the only person, but I check my phone. I think it's in a slightly, I'm thinking it might be slightly unhealthy, to be honest. But so essentially what I want to do is just increase that friction and just see if it has any sort of benefits or not, right? In terms of how I feel or anything like that. So I'm actually going to do a video on this as well and really go through and explain what effects it has had on my behavior. Has it changed anything for me? Has it been positive? Has it been negative? Because I do think people like to paint it all as positive, but I think there is negatives to just staying completely off social media. But of course, this isn't even completely off social media. This is just taking off your phone. But it does feel like a big deal. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully this gives you some ideas on how you might set up your phone. You don't have to have the messy home screen that a lot of people have. It also looks like Apple are trying to clean it up with the new announcement they made at WWDC with their like groups. It looks like they're trying to clean it up, but even with that, I think having something like this could just make things look cleaner anyway. So yeah, hopefully this gives you some ideas. I'll be making more videos. If this was helpful, please give it a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And also please subscribe, and I'll be making more videos. Thanks for watching.